Hello, my name is Tibby, and this is something I've actually always wanted to do, which was kind of commentate over like the old Pokemon games. Um, like very first favorite YouTubers were just like COD gameplay and like Pokemon competitive videos, just talking over them. And having Leaf Green on the Switch was a little refreshing. I was actually able to do it now, so I'm a Gen 1er, and like my first video game was Pokemon Yellow. And I'm not one of the Gen 1ers that like has stayed on Gen 1. I've played all the Pokemon games. I like I like most of them. I really enjoy Scarlet and Violet. That changed my life. um, but I vividly remember like as a kid running through Pokemon Yellow all the way up to where we're at now. And like even small shit like just like ruining my save file, like removing Thundershock off Pikachu. Just like learning the process. I also had a bunch of neighborhood friends who like enjoyed Pokemon. Shane had Blue, who was a few years older than us and helped a lot during our playthroughs. We used to like wrestle on like the trampoline, like fake playing Pokemon, and like we throw a fake Pokeball at Shane. He like roll around, try to break out, and like, it was just good '90s fun. My buddy Scott had red, and obviously I had yellow, and we had link cables. So like we, like, it was looking back now, I can like shed a tear. It was just amazing. I ever remember like as a little kid like getting through like all the way to the Indigo Plateau, and I also remember like spending like the the bus ride to school trying to find Missing No on the side of Cinnabar Island. Oh my god, that shit was just. I will never forget that. But as generations like moved on, I got gold, Scott got silver. I don't remember what Shane got. And I fondly remember how long we kept Generation 2. I had it through like all my Game Boys up to an SP. And I remember that we had like the full cartridge sticking out of the SP. Scott had a silver with a silver Game Boy, and I had gold with a blue Game Boy. And it was, SPs. It was awesome. We got the guides, and we were a part of like this big trading generation, and like getting Ruby and Sapphire. We were also part of the Braille generation. Like we really had to figure that out. Like I remember like having to actually like read that shit and be like, holy crap, and getting to those legendaries was awesome. Like even doing the Relicanth thing, it's like you have to catch a Relicanth. It's like your first time seeing it, or like you know what I mean. After that, I remember like being at the bus stop, and Scott had brought out a cartridge, and it was a beautiful brand new Fire Red. And I remember like just that gloss, that swirl of the fire, and I'm like, dude, I gotta get the other one. And I went and I got Leaf Green. At this point, we had like 5 friends plus multiple school friends, and the trading, game exploring, brain blasting was something I'll never forget. Everyone had it. It was all Pokemon all the time. And even one of my neighbors had a GameCube who had both Pokemon games on there and cables. I remember the first time I ever logged in a Noctowl on my Leaf Green. Oh my god. And then, like, it doesn't take all that much to beat the Pokemon League. So, like, the whole point of, the game was to trade with friends, and it made it cool because all the games had, like, different sprites between Ruby, Sapphire, Leaf Green, Fire Red. And then Emerald, like, they had, like, a little bit of movement to it. It made it to where you had countless teams. Like, it was great. And with Ruby and Sapphire, you didn't have to, like, beat a Pokemon League. You could just, like, keep your things from, like an Emerald or whatever, or, like, your completed Leaf Green or Fire Red, and just transfer stuff over. It was fan-fucking-tastic. Every car ride, every time I got grounded, every time we hung out with friends, we were just ripping through these games. I memorized these games. having them back on the Switch with like the new travel tickets to get Deoxys, Ho-Oh, and Lugia, man, I had to see it for myself. I think I jumped the gun a bit getting Leaf Green because I like the Fire Red exclusives, but Leaf Green was my OG. If I did pick Fire Red, I would have gotten I feel like was it Charizard, Chansey to get Blissey, Golbat to get Crobat, Gloom to get Blossom, and then like just a few other ones like Vaporeon and stuff like that. So or like Golduck, just to, you know, there's more Johto opportunity I think in Fire Red than it was Leaf Green, and I absolutely love the Johto sprites. And I kind of like how difficult it is to even get the Johto Pokemon sometimes. And I think one thing that's a bit irritating is that, like, they really market the Johto Pokemon to be rare and not strong. And, like, buddy, they do that. Like, every Johto Pokemon you find in Leaf Green and Fire Red and post-game is, like, dog shit. But after 20 hours, finding all good-natured Pokemon, plus tickets, like, I saw for myself that you can go get Ho-Oh and Lugia and Deoxys. I think I'm ready for a playthrough. Like a shiny playthrough. Like a dream team. I think I'm going to do it. And I hope I can bring it to you guys. Record all of it. And look fondly back. Because, man, every time I do a playthrough, I'm like, dude, you should have just done it with some shiny Pokemon. So, I've got Brilliant Diamond I'm working on. Black 2, and now Leaf Green. I've got some work to do. Wish me luck.